I'm gonna say it's unfair, but
Pistons leading by 12. Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's tipped. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. And here's Jones. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Johnson with the block. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Into the lineup for the Pistons. Substitution on the court.
Foot on the gas, MP. Get in there.
Pass to Daniels. And Cunningham with the block.
Great to now. Cunningham using every inch of that reach.
To the left side wing. Hernan Gomez finds Jones. It's Murphy outside. Wiseman with the rebound. Wiseman's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Johnson is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Wiseman. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Cunningham in at the point guard position. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big game. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
And here's Daniels following the 3 from Alec Burks. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Daniels. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Pistons passing it around. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And the 3 off target. New Orleans has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Now Ingram. Back to Hernan Gomez. He kicks to Murphy. 5 to shoot. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's Ingram on the wing. Off target from outside. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Detroit. Works for 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Pistons.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Johnson.
Serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
Ingram outside. Outside Murphy. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. Fires from deep. And no good that time.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Johnson down low. Hernan Gomez on him.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go.
I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Alvarado. And so Detroit takes this one.
That's the end of the game. everyone who came out and made tonight's game a great one. Please travel home safely, and we hope you join us again soon.
Good game, MP.
Season 9. There are 6 weeks remaining.
Those kicks, MP. Get after it, MP.
MP, I want to chat with you for a minute. What's up, Coach?
Here in the middle of the season, these teams really coming into their own right now. They found their identity and know what they're all about, Grant.
Well, oftentimes that's what happens. I mean, these guys have had the time to gel and get to know how they like to play. And at this point, it's all about going out night after night and just executing.
Now, it's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Johnson in at the center position, locking down the middle. Now Morant. Outside Bain from deep. First shot won't go. Cunningham against Morant. To the inside. Johnson inside, defended by Jackson. And here are the Grizzlies. Morant, the pass to Adams. Jackson for 3. The Pistons clear it. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
And it's Morant missing.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot. Every night, John Morant has a hard job to do. He draws the opponent's toughest defender in each game they play. That's how talented of a scorer he is.
Fantastic replay we just saw of the Mobile One drive.
The aggressive take there to get inside. They're looking to make things happen to try and take control of this game.
Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Johnson. Well, you talk about the D Morant has to face, yet he finds a way to get the best of most of those matchups, Richard.
He's got a very advanced offensive skill set. He can score off the bounce. He can spot up. Depending on who's guarding him, Ja can adapt and find any weakness. He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Putting on a show. Jackson Jr. showing you what a big man can do with the rim.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Johnson finds Bogdanovich. He drops it from range.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
So it's the Grizzlies now. It's a three-point game. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Moran against Cunningham. Adams with the ball. Averaging around 5 points a game. Jackson can't get it to go.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And finished off by Stewart.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And it's Brooks missing. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Johnson passes to Bogdanovich. Here's Johnson. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. The Pistons leading.
You have to think with this Pistons squad that all eyes are on the future as opposed to the here and now. Young guys focused on reaching their potential.
Brooks and Jackson, the defensive forward pair. Tyus Jones is out there with Desmond Bane. And it's Aldama in at the 5 spot. That's the group. Second quarter.
That's a second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Outside Bogdanovich. Brooks against Johnson. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got his third basket on the night right there. So where do you see the ceiling for this younger Pistons team as they continue to grow?
You know, B.A., it's always difficult to predict the limits of a team. But as long as they continue to steadily develop, they can become a unit with playoff potential.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Pelicans got the job done. He added 13 points, and that was just one element of his production. He ended up with a triple-double on the night. He had his handprint all over that game. Put up some big numbers. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Well, Richard, starting their playing career right now, what do you think that would be?
Oh, it would always be get your routine. Get your summer routine. You've got to figure out what it is that makes your game work, because it's hard as you get older. NBA careers don't last very long, but if you put your routine, you put your game first, everything else will fall in line.
Morant, he's checked in for Memphis. To the paint. Here's Johnson. The shot no good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. They host the Hawks after this one, and they're deep into this homestand. That'll be game 4 out of 5. Brooks, the pass to Morant. Here's Aldama. Outside Bane. Clock at 6. Offline with a 3.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Now here's Bain. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Memphis needs to get off a shot. There's Jackson with the three. Detroit with a rebound. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game.
The son of an NBA player, Jaren Jackson Jr. I actually played a bit with his dad, Jaren Sr. in Orlando back in the early 2000s, which means I'm old.
Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Stewart finds Cunningham. Shoots over Jackson, and it's Cunningham missing.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
Brooks with it. Now Bogdanovich defending. And here's Morant outside. Here's Jackson. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Detroit calls time out.
With some changes. Steven Adams checked in for Jackson. Tillman comes in for Aldama. And it's Kennard in for Brooks. Burks, he's checked in for the Pistons. Ivy comes in for Cunningham. Now here's Burks. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And it's good. 2 points. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter. And the Jacksons just the latest father-son NBA duo. Lots of great ones there, Grant.
So true, B.A. The Curry family might be the best ever. The Berries, including our own colleague Brent. The Thompsons with Clay.
Johnson. First personal foul. First team foul.
12th overall by OKC. The first rounder born in New Zealand.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, Adams is blazing a new trail. An example for kids in his home island of New Zealand. You, too, can become an NBA player.
Wiseman, he's checked in for Detroit. Diallo comes in for Bogdanovich. Johnson finds Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Pistons focusing on improving their scoring. Coach Dwayne Casey said, quote, "This is an offensive league. In today's game, you've got to be able to shoot the three because you can't make enough twos to win. It's tough to defend the three, so you've got to keep that scoreboard moving." Back to you.
Floor spacing at a premium, Allie. Thank you.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
For Memphis, they've got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Outside Bain. Kennard outside. Takes one from 10 feet. Puts up a 3. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And it goes out of bounds. Desmond Bain. Clock is at 3. And here's Morant outside. Hits the trifecta. Morant's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Inside. Here's Johnson. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Here's Morant. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Pass to Diallo. Johnson with it. Back to Wiseman. Diallo outside. The 3 is up. And that's not going to go. Not easy. And so it's the Detroit Pistons up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Hey, Ernie, it's not hard to see why they're down at this point.
And now, let's take a look. Thanks, as always, for watching.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. The Pistons leading Well, Richard, it's hard to believe it's been over 20 years since the Grizzlies came to Memphis.
Brian, it has been crazy. And look, they have been a playoff team more often than not in that time. But this could be the best era yet for the Grizzly organization. They've got a great core of young players and are strong on both ends of the floor.
Setting the floor for the Pistons. It's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Isaiah Stewart out there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Plays the 2 and 3 positions on the floor and scores it really well. But most importantly, he's out there for his defensive effort and intensity. He is a versatile player that any team would love to have.
Ivy's shot is off. Well, the Grizzlies shooting just 33% so far in this game. Back to Morant. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Bogdanovich on the wing. Brooks defending. Bogdanovich, no good.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Moran against Cunningham. Pass to Bain. Here's the 3. Rebound Detroit.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Jackson with a screen on Cunningham. Here's Morant. From 13 feet, down it goes. Morant's got 5 now.
You know, I think this guy just loves the game of basketball. The preparation, the interaction with his teammates. He has fun out there on the floor.
Johnson passes to Bogdanovich. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Morant, the pass to Bain. Shoots from 12. That shot off the mark. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Bogdanovich, that's good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
You know, one expression you hear. Inside, it's the pair of Jackson Jr. and Adams. Tyus Jones is out there with Ja Morant. And it's Bain in at the 3, the small forward. That's the line.
Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Memphis, Ja Morant. 2 shots.
The previous play is underneath.
There's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Moran against Cunningham. Johnson inside. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Back to Johnson. Shoots. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Morant against Cunningham. Morant, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Adams comes with a double. Johnson passes to Cunningham. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis' ball.
What is going on right now?
Here's Morant. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
13 feet out. Oh, and Johnson with a block.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
Adams, shot's good.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
Stewart, the pass to Johnson. And Morant over to help. Here's Ivy. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Ivy's got his first bucket in this one.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
Jones, the pass to Bain. Now Adams. Pass to Morant. 6 to shoot. Adams a screen. The 3 from Bain. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. It falls again. He's now 8 for 12 from the floor.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Cunningham against Morant. On the wing, Jones. Outside Johnson. Pass to Bogdanovich. Johnson inside. Working on Jones. Count it. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Detroit. Adams with the ball. Outside Bain. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
It's stolen by Johnson. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Back to Johnson. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Brooks is checked in.
Coming onto the floor for your Grizzlies,
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Well, Grant, in the pace and space era of the NBA, it seems like the rate of free throws league-wide has declined dramatically.
Yeah, I love that, B.A. It keeps the game going. There's a flow to the game, and we like it as broadcasters, and you know the fans love it as well. So I hope the league will continue on this trend. And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Pistons.
Their shot blocking was a huge advantage in this game.
Yeah, I love the excellent defense in the paint. It led to a lot of key stops.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for money.
His overall stat line really says it all. I think a triple-double game for him, getting it done everywhere on the floor.
Jones finds Bain. 27 seconds left in the final quarter. Got a hand on it. Here's Ivy. Back to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Pass to Brooks. On the wing, Bain. And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for tonight's game. Please get home safely and join us again soon.
Oh, Lord.
Follow through. I want to see more consistency. It'll continue to get better.
He'll be working with any player.
Good game, MP.
Let's go.
What up, Coach? MP, we got one heck of a matchup tonight.
Good, MP.
At this point of the season, Greg, right in the heart of the schedule, what are the biggest challenges for a player?
Kevin, sometimes it's just about knowing what city you're in. The travel in this league is crazy, but you really want to keep focus and sleep and eat right. Vital.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Russell. LeBron James is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Reeves in at the 2.
Davis, a real mismatch inside because of his skill, size, and strength.
Johnson finds Cunningham. Johnson inside. He's guarded by Davis. Johnson can't hit. And it's Davis with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Reeves the pass to Vanderbilt. Outside for Davis. Rebound, Detroit. Got to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the three-point attempt by Cade Cunningham. Russell with a wide-open look from outside off the mark. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
Here's Reeves. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And Russell gets it to go.
You know, you look at Russell, and the green light is always on from there for him, and he shoots it with confidence.
Johnson down low. Davis is there, and he makes that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is Russell. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now, Cunningham. After D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Passes it to Reeves. Here's the three. Johnson with the rebound. Pistons trail by 3. Over in the corner, Cunningham. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
And you see that motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
LeBron passes to Davis. It's stolen by Johnson. Cunningham outside.
2 minutes.
Johnson kicks to Cunningham. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. It may very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that. Cashing in on the interior, making it look all...
Detroit. The Lakers trail. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Up at forwards, the star pairing of LeBron and Davis. Then it's Bamba. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Walker in a shooting guard. Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. Here's Davis. Count that one.
You know, it's not only his size and strength and athleticism, but Davis's timing is so special. That's why he boards it so well.
And with the struggles AD has had to stay healthy, and you wonder, though, if the team's going to focus on having him be at his best for that postseason run and try to manage the wear and tear.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Grizzlies had a huge game. He grabbed 24 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
2 on the clock. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Stewart's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Cunningham for three. And another three for Detroit.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
That one's good. And the from Anthony Davis. Burks, he's checked in for the Pistons. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pistons.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
One of my favorite eras in NBA history, Clark, the 80s Showtime Lakers.
Man, I played against those guys. Thankfully, it was just twice a year as we were in the Eastern Conference. Those dudes were unbelievable. Magic running the point. Kareem still playing at a high level down low. Worthy finding his stride and finishing the break. They didn't just win titles. Showtime had a flavor that was fun to watch if you weren't being run out of the building by them.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the paint. Burks with the double team. Davis has the open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Davis has got 10.
Hey, when Anthony Davis is knocking down Jays like this, it opens up his entire game. Forces defenders to pick their poison.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Right side, Russell. Lets it go from deep. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. They double-team Johnson. Inside, Cunningham kicks to Burks. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Burks has got his first points in this one. To the inside. And that one's good. James.
Exactly what you want from the
Diallo, he's checked in for Detroit. Hayes comes in for Cunningham. Hachimura, he's checked in for the Lakers. Detroit leading by 3. Hayes the pass to Johnson. Johnson double team. Diallo finds Johnson. Now here's Burks. Offline with his 3. The pass to Russell. Here's Hachimura. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Shot clock at 6. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Basket good. Now just a 1-point Piston lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Stewart passes to Johnson. He's looking for Diallo and finds him.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
So looking it over. Davis in the corner. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Pistons. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive games.
Fans, get ready for the Jabberwocky!
Well, they need to focus on working the ball around more. Let's chuck it.
And now that we're a ways into... And that'll do it for half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
We've got Johnson. Alec Burks is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. Folks, the coaches.
Second personal foul, Cashapp. At the line for the Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt, taking 2 shots.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And so the word is in.
That will be a 15 timeout.
Double checking, and the game continues on.
When you think of backcourt offenses in general, Greg, how critical is ball and player movement to a team's success?
Kevin, unless you have incredible isolation scores, it's essential. Even then, keeping the defense rotating and reacting is the best way to create open looks and offensive rebound opportunities. Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
And here is LeBron following the 3 from Alec Burks. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Now, here's James. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now, here is Russell. Pass to Reeves for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. The Lakers are, of course, one of the league's storied franchises. And Magic Johnson was asked recently if they have the best all-time collection of players. He says it's not even close. Outside of Bill, we have all the dominant closers. Kobe, Jerry, LeBron now, Worthy. Come on now, it's just too many Lakers. Kevin, back to you.
Well, he's got a point, David. Let me thank you for your report.
That would be 4 in a row for him now.
The Pistons trailing. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. Russell is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Davis at the center position. They now take the lead. Johnson's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Pistons. James looking it over. Here's the floater. Detroit with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And then Johnson with the jam.
Oh, yeah, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from him.
Now here's James. There's the triple. No good that time. Detroit leading by 3. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
And it goes through once again. Nice hit there from Johnson. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter. Here's James. Davis with a screen on Bogdanovich. James finds Davis. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, you got to put a body on Davis when he goes up in the air, because if you don't, it's too late. You'll be Instagram.
Here's Johnson. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
James dishes to Davis. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Johnson with the block. Burks kicks to Stewart. Pistons passing it around. And a miss there on the triple. Lakers trail by 5. Feeds it to James. And the dunk by James.
You know, once LeBron's at the rim, you might as well turn your head if you don't want to appear on a poster somewhere, because he's throwing it down with force when he gets to the rack.
Now here's Johnson. Over Davis. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Really hard to count how many of their possessions have ended just like that one, with one of his shots falling.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to end the possession, though, and it's the reason this game is coming down to the wire. I mean, his touch from outside and from the field in general has been superb.
Now Johnson. After D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. Burks' shot is good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whoever he's facing.
And the Lakers call it.
You know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
A different look here for Detroit. Ivy's checked in for Alec Burks. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Hayes. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Reeves is checked in. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Lakers coach talk to his team. He said, we're too good. They're gutting us. Complete it with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Thank you, David. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. Lakers trail by 6. Davis kicks to James. Here's Russell with the 3. It's not going to go for him. And the Pistons now going the other way. Johnson in the corner. Cunningham outside. Detroit, no good that time either. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Puts it up for Davis. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. .1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Davis. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And the Lakers with possession here after Bogdanovich missing on that last three-pointer. And it's LeBron missing.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Johnson kicks to Bogdanovich over LeBron. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
41 seconds left in the game. And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
You look at AD, and you know he's taking his share of contact.
Third personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Lakers.
Brings the lead to 6. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. And so it's Bogdanovich. 8 points in the fourth quarter. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. So it's the Lakers now. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. It's the tension.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Russell passes to Davis. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
8.
Detroit. They're in front by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Cunningham.
First personal foul.
Someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And it's easy to see why.
Second personal foul.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Here's Vanderbilt. Trifecta. 7 seconds left.
Austin Reeves. First personal foul. Penalty situation. Plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
That's good. Going 1 or 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jay Navi gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
And so it's Detroit with the...
Your Pistons 70. The Lakers 65. He about to tear the roof off.
And breakdowns of the perimeter. Absolutely.
MP, I want to chat with you for a minute. What's up, Coach?
7 years ago.
We've seen the NBA evolve quite a bit since your playing days. How do you think you'd be used in today's game versus when you played?
Well, B.A., with the spacing in today's game and my ability to slash to the rim, I think I would still be able to get to the basket, dominate in the mid-range, but I'd be shooting way more threes, and I would see more minutes playing as a small ball power forward as well.
A look at the Pistons starting group. We've got Kate Cunningham, Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Alec Burks, and it's Johnson in at the 5. Williams with the screen. Here's Washington. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call, and in a game this close.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line, for the Washington.
2019. You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
So it's the Hornets now. Rozier against Burks. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes.
The jumper is pure from Mr. Terry Rozier.
And here's Detroit. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Here's Washington. Some solid defense from Stewart.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
They get it again. Johnson. Again, the Pistons score.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Martin outside. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Some solid defense from Stewart. Pass to Cunningham. Again, the Pistons score.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now here's Ball. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Crafty move. And he can't get that one. Cunningham with some nice D.
And you know, guys, there's one thing that may have hurt the Hornets the past few seasons. A lack of playoff experience among their core players.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
First personal foul, first team foul.
Burks against Rozier. Pass the ball. Williams with the screen. Ball into the lane. Washington left side. Burks against Rozier. Gets the 3 to fall. Rozier's got 5. And of the Hornets' top 5 scorers last season, 3 have never been to the playoffs.
And B.A., that can be tough when the pressure's on. They've gotten blown out in play-in games each of the last 2 seasons. But with all their talent, they should be in the postseason soon enough.
And the Hornets with possession here. After the Pistons picking up a basket just moments ago.
Well, he saw the play coming together, but the timing was just a little off.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just a big man playing big. No way to stop it.
Ball passes to Williams. A little mid-range shot is up. Rebound Detroit. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. The Pistons have got 7 of 8 in the basket. There's Cunningham with a 3. Tries again. A shot by Johnson, no good.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
All no good. And here's Detroit. They're on a 14-5 run. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple. Scoring breakdown here for the Pistons.
Well, guys, early on they're driving. using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
The Pistons making a switch here. Bagley's checked in for Stewart. Diallo comes in for Bogdanovich. Ivy's checked in for Burks. And Hayes is subbed in for Cade Cunningham. 3 on the clock. Here's Smith. Again, the miss by the Hornets.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltend.
35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Martin outside. Here's Goodwin. He's defended by Hayes. Shot clock at 6. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Here's Martin. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. To the wing, right side. From the corner. No good.
You'd like to see more effective ball movement there.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he...
Your opponents, the Pistons, 16. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Hornets Houston team.
Williams is checked in for Washington. Martin comes in for Thor. And Goodwin is subbed in for Smith.
Bet you can't do this again, MP.
Thank you, little stinger. Let's give it up for him, fans.
Detroit has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And last season, the NBA mourned the passing of Hall of Famer Bob Lanier. He played his first decade with the Pistons.
A sad loss for the NBA. Now, he represented them 7 times as an all-star, but for all his greatness on the court, he'll be remembered just as much for the work he did off the court as the league's global ambassador.
Cody Martin is out there with Nick Richards. Then it's Terry Rozier, and it's Williams in at the 5 spot. That's the Hornets 5.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Lakers was a man on a mission. He scored 20 points and really hit the boards. Tremendous production in that area as well. He was dominant, and they're hoping to get more of the same from him tonight. Take it away.
And the only question now, how does he follow up that performance?
Yeah, each night comes with different challenges, and I'm sure their opponent has seen the film.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Johnson with a bucket.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
1:19 left in the first half of this one. Williams in the post, defended by Burks. Williams misses.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Johnson inside. And there's another one for the Pistons.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Pass to Williams. And a foul called on the way up.
Second personal foul. At the line for Charlotte, Williams taking 2 shots.
To the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Hayes is checked in for the Pistons.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Here's Johnson. Shot from the low post is good. Johnson's got 22 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Goodwin. He's defended by Hayes. Looking to win the run. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Now Hayes. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Really left him alone that time.
Well, Burks is a lethal three-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
Rozier, the pass to Williams. Shoots over Stewart. Williams misses.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. The Pistons on top, running away with this one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment.
Put your hands together and get loud for the Jabberwockies.
Tremendous job finding the big dudes and letting them work.
And we've got the playoff pick. And that'll do it for us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, the Hornets shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. We've got Isaiah Stewart. Alec Burks is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Johnson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Martin, the pass to Williams. Well, Doris, the last few years, we've seen teams put together rosters loaded with talent, but it hasn't always translated to rings.
I think what we've learned, Brian, is that just accumulating talent is not enough to win in this league. What you have to find is a team that fits together well in terms of the individual parts. There also has to be that elusive chemistry. You can't define it, hard to win without it.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Hornets with the rebound. Now here's Ball. Looking at his stats, he's getting just over 23 points a game. Williams finds Rozier. Charlotte again missing.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Burks has got 5 points in the quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Pass to Washington. Williams, a screen on Stewart. Washington inside. He's against Stewart. Shot clock at 5. Williams, a screen on Cunningham. Rozier from outside. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
And it's good. Fought through.
Against anything can be a foul. All right.
Thor, he's checked in for Charlotte. Smith comes in for Rozier. Bagley's checked in for Detroit. Ivy comes in for Burks.
Guys, when the conversation is about the Charlotte Hornets, obviously there is a figure that looms large, and that's the majority owner, Michael Jordan, the man who has 6 NBA titles, the man who many consider the greatest player to ever play the game.
Six on the shot clock. Martin outside. They need this. Rebounded by Johnson. Since MJ took over as owner of the Hornets in 2010, he's tried to keep them competitive.
Unlike when MJ was a player in a huge market like Chicago, in a market like Charlotte, it's much smaller. It's a bigger challenge to attract marquee talent. But I would say this, they've got some exciting young talent on their roster. You begin with LaMelo Ball, certainly potential there to build on.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
And he banks in the layup. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Washington passes to Ball. Back to Washington. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That'll be the first of 3 games played at home. Here's Johnson. Here's Bogdanovich. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Washington finds Martin. Here's Smith. Down low. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Pass to Cunningham. And here's Johnson. Good. Johnson's got 28.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Now here's Washington. To the paint. Tipped. Here's Martin. Now Smith. To the middle. Here's Washington with nobody on him. He buries that jumper. Washington's gotten his second bucket.
And this is what you want from Dennis Smith Jr. He has to find the open man and deliver it on time and on
Into the lineup for your Hornets.
In the stands.
Richards is checked in for Martin. Here's Charlotte. Pass to Richards. Here's Ivy. Can't get it to drop. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Richards, high post. Back to Smith. Ball left side. Just 5 to shoot. Over Ivy. And Ball gets it to go. Ball's got 5 now.
I think one of the things that makes LaMelo Ball so dangerous is his confidence. The jumper is pure.
Good on the shot.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. They just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
At the end of the third quarter.
The third quarter with the score. Here, Hornets 25. The Pistons 60. Your Hornets use
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Detroit has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. They've got Nick Richards, and it's Goodwin in at the point. That's the Hornets 5. Here's Joseph. Another 3 for Detroit.
Well, this was another shot that Corey Joseph has developed. I'll tell you, get the catch-and-shoot game going. Look out.
Here's Goodwin. And Doris, Commissioner Silver has expressed a desire to ensure star players participate in a full complement of games. What's the answer here?
I think, B.A., a couple things come to mind. There's been a long discussion about whether you can shorten the regular season. That obviously impacts revenue generated, so I'm not sure you'd go there. The league could also structure contracts to incentivize games played.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Detroit.
Well, you have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
And he's easily led the way on the boards tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
2 open that time. Made it look easy. Joseph has got 9 points now in the second half. Pass to Thor. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Outside Jones. Will it go? Detroit with a rebound. Oh, got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go.
You see his in that pass.
And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the ball game. That's the game, folks. Thank you all for coming out and showing your support. We hope